Yo, what's good, man? What's good, man? Welcome back to another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. You got your boy Lawrence, Kenny, Phil, and Nil.
Yo,
how y'all feeling? How y'all living, man?
Nervous, sweaty, scared.
I like that Adidas hoodie too. I like that.
And that's just because he gambled today.
No, that
Today?
I don't even feel like that when I gamble. This is all based off this game this weekend. I'm
game?
Not even functioning properly.
There's a game this weekend?
The Pro Bowl's playing again?
I can't even sleep at night. It's bad.
He's having nightmares from the last Super Bowl they were in.
I don't think Lawrence wants to talk about the Pro Bowl.
Oh.
Yikes!
Is it the Pro Bowl?
Lawrence,
I ain't even watch Super Bowl. What happened in Vegas? Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You feel me?
Lawrence's team.
That's why tomorrow is playing in Vegas.
Lawrence's team representative was the only person to hit somebody in Vegas.
Wow! Whoa! You got Cam Jordan there too. Relax.
Yeah, and AK was the only one to actually hit anybody.
A lot of more too. Man, listen.
Right, but he's saying your boy's the only one who hit somebody.
Hey, Nil, it's at 3 right now too. I just want to point that out so you can suck it. But anyway, it's actually at 4 too right now. The viewer count. It's just.
You texted your family. You said,
no, I did not. No, I
did.
I do the same. Listen, I do the same promo. I got the groups and I got the Reddit. That's all I do every week.
You said no.
You feel me?
Just to prove me wrong.
Listen, man. If y'all tuning in right now, I appreciate y'all. IBTE Sports Podcast.
Where are the viewers?
Let us know where you're watching from.
Where are the viewers? Facebook.
It's combined. It has a combination. It's at 5 right now too.
Okay.
But anyway, AK. Listen, AK's situation is crazy. When Sean Payton retired, I cried a little bit, and then once I saw that hit the chat, I cried a little bit more, because now we got real problems. You had no offense before, but I don't know what they're gonna do now if he's out.
I read something from an attorney that was who covers all this stuff with the NFL, and he said, I mean, the odds are he's gonna have to face a suspension, even if he gets no charges. There's no way he doesn't face some sort of discipline from the league for this.
Yeah, he's gonna definitely. That's what I expect crazy. Anyway.
Kind of crazy that you got all this talent, you got all this money, you got all this fame, and yet you still go out and fuck up constantly. And we see it too much with athletes. It's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna play itself out. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, regardless.
Hopefully, they don't go to jail.
What do you gotta? Why you gotta go beat some random dude up? What do you have to prove?
We don't know what took place.
Who cares?
Listen, I hear you on that. We don't know what took place, but at the end of the day, if it were he's still not right. There's nothing that guy could have done.
Right.
He has way more to lose than the guy that fighting against.
That's a fact.
Started it. He did it purposely to get you to do what you did, and you fell right into his trap.
Remember that Aaron Donald shit over the summer too? They tried to get AD. They're like, oh, they're gonna sue AD because he beat this guy. Then the video footage dropped, and it was like
AD breaking it up.
AD breaking up a fight.
We had Austin Brady. We had Zay in there too.
Yo, what up, Zay?
Was good.
Oh,
yo, Zay, I need you to hit the hit my line with them bets.
Hit my line.
Speaking of bets, I know you see the username.
All right, so we're going to go talk about the Super Bowl tonight, or what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Rams? You want to talk about Bengals? You want to talk about Alvin Kamara suspension? What do you want to talk about?
Anything but parlay, Phil?
Yeah, anything but that. We can talk about anything else.
So basically Neil said fucking how me and Kenny are doing today. So, I mean, it is how it is, I guess.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah, but definitely when you're in a position of power or status or a celebrity or whatever it is, man, there's going to be people trying to get money from you, get you riled up, get you out of character. Even being a regular person, too, don't do that shit. Just laugh at people. At the end of the day, shit don't matter. It's not going to affect you.
I do that to Neil every day.
Me and Lawrence babysitters, bro.
Yeah, y'all gotta. I don't know, man.
I'm here.
I think we're gonna have the IBTE, the boxing.
Bro, if anybody's watching this podcast right now, let me know what y'all think about the game this weekend. Who y'all got? If y'all watching, let us know who you got. Who you thinking? I'm on the Rams heavy, obviously. But let me know.
Oh man, so we had a lot of coaching changes too. Vacancies get filled. So where do you guys want to start with that as far as who got hired, and everything?
Who do you guys think was the best hire?
The best hire
So far.
I don't really. I don't know. I think I'm gonna say Dennis Allen, but that's you know what I'm saying.
Well, I'll save my thoughts on that one for my next question. But I really think the offensive coordinator from San Fran that was brought into Miami, I think he's actually like a super genius.
I think. You saw
how he announced his hire though.
Mike who?
Mike McDaniels is like identifies as biracial. The Dolphins hire. I was like.
I think that once they actually finally the season's over and they announce it, the Vikings grabbing our offensive coordinator, I think that's going to be a great pick for them. They say Sean McVay calls the plays, but offensive coordinator still helps with that. So I think that's going to be a great guy for that team. And he's heavy into Kirk Cousins, which is good for the organization.
What is
Kevin
this?
O'Connell.
Oh, that was your OC?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, another, that's 4 seasons, 4 coaches lost. Actually, more than 4, but 4 seasons, and we've lost a coach in every season, at least one. But we'll get we'll get that comp pick, baby. Keep picking off the apple tree. We'll keep getting seeds from it.
I also think that Dabble was a good hire. You think about look at Josh Allen. He's obviously a mobile quarterback that does things. Daniel Jones is no Josh Allen, but in the mold of that's the kind of quarterback that the Giants were hoping he would be. So if anyone's going to get anything out of him, it's going to be Dabble.
Yeah, and plus I think the Giants had 2 good hires this offseason was something they really needed to, go out of house instead of in-house like they usually done. They picked up the assistant GM from the Bills and their offensive coordinator. So both 2 good moves I saw from them. Just change up the culture, which they needed a lot.
And my opinion on the worst hire, part of it is me saying it because I'm a Falcons fan, but also Dennis Allen has done nothing to prove that he's a competent head coach. Like he had a chance and it was awful. And there were plenty of good coaches out there that you could have hired, and you hired Dennis Allen. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but Dennis Allen didn't even interview for other coaching jobs for other teams, and you hired him. So it is what it is. Good for you, but.
He has a bad track record. Hopefully, it's not more the same. We're gonna see. He says he's gonna keep running the defense, which is a plus to hear. And then he said, I think they're promoting within, and then they just brought in Doug Marrone to help out with the OC job. I don't think he's becoming the OC, but he's gonna be kind of
an advisor.
Doug Marrone was an assistant there for you guys a couple years ago, so he knows that's a smart move.
Yeah. Sneaky good pick too was the Patriots signed, which we'll call it the special teams coach the head coach from the Raiders as their special teams coach. So that's going to help them out as well.
What's good, Showboat? What's good, man? How you been? Where the content at, man? Where the videos at? Come on.
Doug Peterson went to the Jags. I don't think Doug Peterson was terrible in Philly. He got them a Super Bowl ring, obviously. So, again, I think this was the perfect example, though, of what I was saying weeks ago with do you bring in an unproven head coach or do you bring in a guy who's done it before? Because you have to hit as coach for Trevor Lawrence's career. So, Doug Peterson may not have a huge ceiling, but he's a safe pick to develop Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I think Trevor Lawrence, has, at least a floor of Carson Wentz. He can definitely go higher than that, I think. Definitely a more accurate quarterback, less mistake prone, and mobile, safe when he's outside of the pocket. So I think Doug Peterson is definitely a good guy for the job over there, and he's a respected head coach. He's got a Super Bowl ring. He brings respect and experience to the locker room for a young, inexperienced locker room. So it's a good safe pick.
How do you feel about the Texans hire?
I think Lovie Smith is a great coach, man. Honestly, I've
always liked Lovie.
Yeah, Lovie Smith is a great coach.
Even when he was with the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears had some terrible teams, and Lovie got the bad rap over there, but the Bears have been bad for a while.
He got that team to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman at quarterback. I don't think people understand how hard that is to get them to the Super Bowl with what he was dealing with.
I didn't even know it was him. All I saw was the picture and didn't see the words. And I'm like, yo, he looks mad familiar. And I'm like, oh damn, he got a
That
whole
beard is
beard now.
crazy. Beard's
Beard is
crazy.
crazy. I couldn't recognize him until I
Lovey.
read the article.
I think that's. I mean, obviously the Texans are going to stink next year, but I hope that they do well. We need some more competition in the league, especially in the AFC division. So
especially in that division.
That's what I meant. That division of the AFC.
Yeah.
That division's pretty shit. So
y'all listen. We're gonna keep it short tonight. We got a lot of betting, a lot of bet implications. A lot of people at the edge of their seat. We previewed. Said the discipline, yeah, for sure. We previewed last week the matchup for the Super Bowl. We're gonna do a little mini part 2. Give you guys a quick content, and then we're gonna head out. But man, Bengals, Rams again. We talked about it last week. Kenny, are you feeling the same way that you felt last week?
Oh, I'm doubling down on it. Last week I said 1 possession game. Today I'm saying it's a 2 possession game.
Yeah, he said 9.5.
Yeah,
9.5.
Kenny, to Kenny's, to vouch for Kenny, he's the first person that told me the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. The first person, the earliest person, and the first person.
Shut up.
Where else would they go? You have to with the moves. You have to.
But
this
people
was
think
before.
I've been trolling. But yeah, like I said
For
that
Stafford,
night
yeah.
before last year's Super Bowl even took place, I said this. Like if people
This was
think I'm
literally
trolling
right
all
after
year,
we
I'm
lost
saying
to
this.
Green Bay. It was like 2 weeks after we lost to Green Bay, and we did the shit with Jared Goff, got him out of there, and put in Matt Stafford. The trade happened, and I called Kenny, and that night he told me Rams are going to the Super Bowl. So
And like
that was.
let's be real. And anyone could try to sit here and tell me, oh, well, it was obvious. But no, it really wasn't. Because last year when the Rams made the playoffs, like, no one thought they were going to be serious or anything. And now you saw about Jared Goff, you bring in Matt Stafford. I believed in him. But a lot of people, oh, what's Matt Stafford done? What's he done? Well, because Matt Stafford is a great quarterback that needed to be in the right situation. And he got in the right situation. And now they're going to win. I'm sorry. I just don't. This is a great story for the Bengals. Joe Burrow is a phenomenal quarterback. They're going to be great for years to come. But this year is the Rams' year.
I think
LA Rampians?
I feel the same way. Obviously, I also feel like the aura around the team is just different. Since Von Miller came and actually started to speak, he could see what was going on. He could see that what was going to happen with this team, and he started to say, let's go. And you could see even AD, who never speaks, never, ever, ever. I've been watching Aaron Donald since he got in the fucking league, and I've never seen him rally the defense on the sideline and say, let's go, we're not going to lose this game. Exactly. So you saw in that San Francisco game, man, he grabbed the defense, he got him in a huddle, and he was like, listen, we are not going to fucking lose this game. We're not going to lose this game. We are not done yet. We're not going to lose this game. And obviously they won it, and he's not done. I think we ain't done yet.
And there's something to be said for a team that has been there before, playing against a new up-and-coming team. Example, Patriots when they played the Falcons 1 year. Falcons weren't there before. They were all young. They were happy to be there. Got up big on the Patriots. Patriots killed them. The Rams got there a couple years ago against Patriots. Young team. Let's go. We're here. We're going to win. Blah, blah, blah. They were excited to be there. Patriots, yeah, okay, and got them out of there. Patrick Mahomes, before he got to his first Super Bowl, gets the AFC Championship against the Patriots. I mean, what's the common theme here? But a team that's been there, a team that hasn't been there, it makes it different.
And, Sean McVay has said it. He said that the one thing that stuck in his mind after the 2018 Super Bowl was just the fact that he overanalyzed the game. Like you get that 2 weeks off and you sit there and you nitpick every single thing when it really isn't. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a Super Bowl, but it's still just another football game. Like, you still have to go out there and just play your game. Like in 2018, the Rams completely got away from their game, and you could see that's what I mean. Granted, the Patriots cheated, but that's why they lost that game. They just completely got away from what they do best. I mean, 13-3 against Tom Brady, you should win that game. I'm sorry. But I think he learned his lessons. I think our offense is primed and ready to go. And I just there's something to be said about the line of scrimmage this weekend. Like, you can say what you want, right? Say what you want about Joe Burrow getting sacked 9 times, they still won the game. Tannehill threw 3 picks. Don't forget about that. Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions that game. So you're not getting sacked 9 times against the Rams and winning the game. Because Matt Stafford, even if Matt Stafford does throw 3 picks, we still have offensive weapons to get over that hump. We've seen it in Baltimore and we saw it in Minnesota. Cooper Kupp 100 plus. I listen. Some bets I like for this game. I like Cooper Kupp over 100, and I like OBJ anytime touchdown scorer. And I also like the over for rushing yards for Cam Akers because I think they're going to run the ball a lot. They're going to establish
Cooper Kupp 2 TDs.
How do you feel about the over under at 49 right now?
49, I think is.
I think 49.5, I believe.
I think that I think the Rams are going to score a lot. And I think the Bengals are going to have to score a lot in order to keep up with the game. So I like the over for that. To be honest with you, if you can tease it down a little bit.
If you think it's to be a one possession game, then I would take the over on 49. If you're like me, where you think that the Rams are probably going to win by 10, then maybe you don't want to take the over on that.
Or if you can find alternate spreads, I like over 35 a lot more than 49. I like the over passing yards for both quarterbacks in this game.
Or even the alt. I was going to do the alt 250 apiece.
Yeah, 250 apiece. I mean, even 270 and 279 is not. Yeah. I mean, Matt Stafford's gone over every playoff game.
Eli Apple's about to get burned. Yo, man, if y'all tuned in right now, man, we talking about the Super Bowl.
Let us know what you think.
Put in the chat what bet you got, what you think the spread is going to be, the over-unders for the Bengals and the Rams, man.
I also think free money is betting on the quarterbacks for MVP because like 90% of the time the quarterbacks win the MVP. And like I think Stafford right now is at plus 100. So even then you're doubling your money. And then Burrow I think is like plus 600. That's just because of the underdog. But if they win, Burrow most likely to get the MVP.
I'm looking at.
That's on FanDuel?
I saw it on Action. They wrote an article. I don't know if it's.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
For MVP for me, I like to get away from those guys. If you think the Bengals are going to win, throw a little bit on Joe Burrow at plus 600 if that's what his MVP odds are. But for me personally, I'm looking at Aaron Donald, I'm looking at Von Miller, and I'm looking at Cooper Kupp for MVP. Their odds are high. I think if the Rams are going to win, you never know, something crazy. I mean, Matt Stafford gets no love no matter what he does. So people might, who knows what the hell's going to happen.
I think it's going to be Stafford. It's going to be one of the quarterbacks, and then I think Kupp comes after that.
Right. I mean, don't sleep on Aaron Donald. Like, a lot of people aren't talking about Aaron Donald for the Super Bowl, and I don't know why. They keep talking about Joe Burrow. I keep hearing Joe Burr or whatever the fuck they keep calling him with his fucking fuzz jacket on, and I keep hearing about Jamar Chase. I keep hearing about Tyler Boyd. I keep hearing about all the Bengals' offensive weapons. I haven't really, besides Peter Schrager, I have not heard anybody talk about Aaron Donald. And you think AD's not sitting there thinking like,
you offended?
No, I'm not offended.
This was the top 10 bets. It's Joe Burrow. They said is at plus 225. Cooper Kupp is plus 600. Aaron Donald is plus 1,600. Von Miller's plus 4,500. T. Higgins plus 4,500. Jalen Ramsey plus 10,000. Jamar Chase plus 1,800. And Stafford plus 100. So that tells you Vegas thinks that the Rams are going to win because if Stafford is plus 100.
I mean, honestly, if you block out all the noise of the media, if you look at raw statistics, if you look at raw DVOA, offensive, defensive DVOA, if you look at the stats.
We're getting into that.
Yeah, we're getting into that right now. We're talking about the matchup.
We're talking about the matchup right now.
Also some bets too, yeah.
But yeah, if you look at the actual raw stats and like stats that matter, stats that win games, everything points to the Rams winning this game. And if you look at, ESPN has the game, the game thing. If you go to the ESPN app, it shows you the percentages. Like I think the Rams are picked 60 over 30 or something like that. And they go off the statistics that matter. If you look at, you do some research and look at what matters in an NFL game, and the Rams lead the Bengals by a lot in those stats.
It's Rams 66.3, Bengals 33.7, based off of ESPN's Football Power Index.
Right, and their FPI goes off of, like I said, offensive DVOA, defensive DVOA, offensive pass blocking win rate, defensive pass rush win rate, stuff like that matters, and people don't look at that. People say, "Oh, Joe Burrow, man, he beat Kansas City. Oh, he beat LA, or he beat the Raiders. Okay, but now he's got to go up against the most daunted pass rush in the league. If Aaron Donald gets 1.5 sacks, the Rams have never lost a game this year at least. So." Do what you will with that statistic, but I'll leave you with that. And also, do I have to bring up the coin flip?
Go ahead.
Listen, if the Rams, because the Rams get to flip, they're the away team. So the Rams get the flip. We do get our own locker rooms. We do get our own side. But
didn't the 49ers game not matter about that?
No, it was.
We lost that.
If they lose the coin toss, they have a 50-50 chance of winning the game.
Right.
If they win the coin toss, they have a 100% chance of winning the game. So
right,
even if they lose the coin toss, they can still win the game. But if
right.
they win the coin toss, they don't lose the game.
Right. We when we win the coin toss and defer, when we win the coin toss and defer, we've got to lose a game this year.
Also, shout out to all the Parlay Phil love in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, Parlay Phil.
No, there's one comment in there, bro.
Nah, you
better read.
There's three.
Where?
Listen, all I'm saying is, Neil,
okay,
tonight,
and Showboat,
you can eat your words, okay?
And I see Brandon.
We got viewers in this bitch tonight.
W.
We do?
Yeah.
Where we at?
We're at 4 consistently for the past 15 minutes.
With the W.
Yeah.
Let's keep that.
And we got Brandon. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. He's on YouTube. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit that sub. Share with your friends.
Or else.
So I think also another thing about the game that is not talked about a lot, which, I think it matters.
Thank you, Showboat.
Jamar Chase is going to go up against Jalen Ramsey.
Get your popcorn.
All right,
I can't wait. I can't wait.
If you look at Jalen Ramsey against what's considered a number one star receiver this year, besides one game against Mike Evans where he got caught sleeping on one pass, everybody else has held under 50 yards, and everybody else has scored one touchdown. All the receivers combined, one touchdown. It was DK Metcalf.
I don't think it's going to necessarily be that crucial for Jamar Chase to have a big game. I think it's going to be Boyd and Higgins. I think it's going to come down to those two. Like, they're going to have, when the ball's thrown to them, they got to make plays.
What I was getting at after that, obviously I've been doing research on this game like up the ass. Probably more than I should, because I think I'm overthinking it. But the place where the Bengals absolutely kill you, they destroy you, Joe Burrow, Tyler Boyd, and who's the other guy there? T. Higgins in the middle of the field. They crush you in the middle of the field on slant routes, shit like that. Tyler Boyd specifically. And the Rams,
because they're all 6 foot.
The Rams
6 foot 6'1".
That's the weakest part of the Rams defense is the middle of the field. And that's where the 49ers have tore us up before. So, and my keys to victory for the game, obviously, they're going to try to get the ball out fast, screen plays, quick slants, shit like that. Joe Burrow, I think, was top 5 in pass release this year. So pass rush has to get home. You have to guard the middle of the field, and don't let Joe Mixon go crazy.
Yo, Heating Up Sports, man. Appreciate the follow on the IBTE Sports page on Twitter, too.
Yeah, if you're gambling, too, take the overs on Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins receiving yards. If you can tease it to, like, over 23.5, over 24.5, over 30.5, over 30, like shit like that, I think they're going to go over that because I think Jamar Chase, he's going to – he'll get his. You can't stop a guy like that from getting his. But
we haven't really seen him go against, like, a true elite lockdown Jalen
one time this year, Patrick Surtain, he had 2 receptions for 4 yards.
Right, and I was going to say, obviously we're going back a couple years out of college, but A.J. Terrell, he was the second graded corner in the NFL this year. Like, Jamar Chase made A.J. Terrell look dumb. Like, A.J. Terrell literally fell in the draft because of one game against Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase does have the ability to make you look silly, but I don't know.
It's gonna be fun.
Madden NFL 22 predicted the Bengals to win 24-21.
Did you see the
Bengals are not going?
I was gonna say, so you can guarantee the Bengals are not gonna win on that. And for anybody that's watching, if you guys see this fucking Simpsons thing that's going around, don't be fooled by it. It's fake. It's doctored. Please do some research before you look at shit and say,
First of all, I
mouse on the Bengals.
You can tell it looks like someone like what
literally.
Went into Snapchat and
that's it. Is the equivalent of the statements on Apple Notes.
Bro, fake news. All right.
He said fake news.
Fake news.
Man, who you guys got in the chat, man? Who you got for the Super Bowl?
Let us know.
What scores you thinking right now? Kenny, you said minus 9.5 for the Rams. What you saying?
27-17.
Okay, I can respect that.
It still is a Super Bowl, so I'm not going to go absurd and say it's going to be 47 to it could turn into a shootout, but typically in the Super Bowl the teams their scores
34-31.
So I'm saying 27.
I like that. I'm going to go 30-20. I I'm gonna go 30-20 Rams.
Yeah, I can go with that too.
I like going up. I think we'll go up because the Bengals have the worst. Some more stats for you. The Bengals are the worst team on first down. The Rams are the best team on first down for defensive win rate and offensive win rate. So I think that helps out.
In my Super Bowl preview,
I said the only chance to win is Joe Composed and not too scared to throw the ball away if he's picked off and holds it long. Yeah, I mean if he holds the ball for too long, the game's over. Yep. He cannot hold the ball again. He cannot hold the ball against this offense against this defense, and they Rams 31-25. I like that score too. I was thinking 31-25 or 31-20. I like that. I also think people saying Jamar Chase is going to get open down the field. Joe Burrow's not going to have enough time to throw the ball down the field. The Rams do not get beat down the field.
It's not going to be that type of game. You have to catch the ball and make people miss.
Right.
For Chase to get open down the field, they have to keep Mixon in the block. They have to keep Uzama in the block, and they have T. Higgins running a little short route. So literally, your only option will be Jamar Chase deep.
Yeah, and Rams are getting some help back on defense. We're getting Ernest Jones back, we believe, and we believe that Sebastian Joseph Day is coming back, who was the number 1 graded rush defender in football this year. Before he got injured and missed 11 games, 8 or 11 games, one of the two.
Phil, what do you got for the score, man?
I do think it's going to be under because I think it's going to be like a fake shootout game because this looks like two very explosive offenses, but I think it's going to go under for some reason. I think 27-20 Rams. Really something close to that. Run that ball over the park.
I like that score.
And if the Bengals can't get the run game going, they can hang it up. Because the only chance that they have at protecting Joe Burrow is if they at least have the fake threat of we can run the ball. If they're not getting the run game going,
he said the fake threat.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Rams defense in playoffs this year, the best run defense in playoffs this year. We held the best run offense this year to 30 yards, and that was the 49ers. I do think another thing, something has to be said about the Rams staying at home. I mean, every night you go home, you sleep in your own bed, you got your own pillow, you got your own blankets, you wake up, you do the same routine. You're going to the stadium that you practice at. You go to the stadium that you played 12 games at this year. Not to mention you played games at last year. I mean, this stadium is crazy. So, granted, it's the Super Bowl. That's one thing. But then the other thing is you're walking into this magnificent $8 billion stadium with this huge fucking Oculus Jumbotron up there. You're going to have 100,000 people there, plus standing rooms. I mean, loud noises. Granted, Joe Burrow said, what did he say, Kenny, about being in the SEC? He's made for this or whatever.
Yeah, I played in the SEC. These fans don't scare me. Good for you. Yes, they have packed 100,000 people. That's cool. You ain't played in the Super Bowl, bud.
This is the Super Bowl, man.
For score, I'm really torn on who I really want to pick. Because honestly, like I can see the positives on the Bengals sides, and then the Rams are so dominant on both sides of the ball. But I'm gonna go here. I want to see the Bengals pull the upset off, but I think it's gonna be 28-24 Rams. That's what I think is gonna happen. And if the Bengals can do it, that'd be pretty crazy. I wouldn't be surprised, but I think it's gonna be a tall task for them, especially with the offensive line.
I say I need to pull up Kenny's hot take picture here because this is what I got here.
Evan McPherson for
Yo, heating up. Drop some more betting picks in the chat. Let us know what else you're thinking.
He's on Twitter too. He just followed the page.
So what hot take for me? Obviously, I'm a Rams fan. We all know that. But hot take for me, if the Rams win the Super Bowl this year, going into next year, Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in the league. That's what I think.
What'd you say?
If the Rams win the Super Bowl this year, going into the next season, I think Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in the league. There's nothing else that can be said about him not being the best quarterback in the league. Every single time you talk about him, he can make every throw. Oh, he could do this, he could do that. But he can't win big games. But he can't do this in big games. But he cracks under pressure. Okay, he just won the Super Bowl his first year with a new team. Now, Tom Brady's not there anymore. Aaron Rodgers just lost with the number 1 seed at home to the 49ers, who was the last seed in the NFC. To Jimmy G.
But hold on here. Hold on. Let's slow down a little bit. It's Matt Stafford still. He's still talented enough to go to another team and get them to this point.
But
it's not like he's.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You're agreeing with him because what he's saying is the only knock that has been against him is he
can't win big games.
Oh, he wasn't anywhere to win big games.
I thank you.
Right.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Making his argument for him.
I was confused as you was talking. To be honest, I'm looking at the comments.
See, wait. I'm
Hold on. Kenny, let me. Allow me. Can you allow me, please?
Well, I don't want to talk about this. Let me say what I gotta say, and I'll let you take it over. Because I keep seeing so many people talk about this part. Okay.
He shouldn't have dropped it.
On top of that, though,
what happened before it?
Yeah, if he does pick it off, though, there's no guarantee that they come down and score. Okay, even if they do, let's say they get a field goal because Jimmy G is not a guaranteed touchdown. The Rams are now still only down by 6 points. You're telling me that the Rams aren't capable of coming down and scoring a touchdown to win the game?
No. Okay, no. Now
he said he's from LA.
I know. Okay, great. I don't know you're from LA, but what I was gonna say is this. Okay, right before that drive happened. Okay, literally right before that drive happened, Jalen Ramsey drops a pick six to end the game. That the game is fucking game set match as soon as that shit is caught and picked off. So I keep hearing Jaquaski Tart drop that. Okay, he still was an arm punt. He would have got the ball on the 35, 40-yard line, and the Rams defense was not letting up that whole game. Jalen Ramsey literally dropped a pick six. It hit him right in the fucking chest, and it bounced off, and it was gone. If he just caught it with his hands, it's a pick six. So I hear the Jaquaski Tart shit, but I also that Jalen Ramsey pick six was real, man. And that shit was real.
Even if we live in a world where he does pick it off, I don't trust that Jimmy G is going to get them a touchdown. So let's say they take some time off the clock, they get a goal. You looked about, let's say, roughly anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes for Matt Stafford and that offense to get a touchdown. You're telling me you don't think that was possible?
Yeah, and another thing, like that's the other thing with narratives. I mean, okay, Cincinnati is or Kansas City's 13 seconds away from losing to the Bills, and we don't even know if the Bengals are where they're at if the Bills win that game. So there's narratives that you could throw into every single game, right?
A lot of what ifs.
The Niners are a blocked punt touchdown away from getting into the NFC Championship. The Rams could have had to go to Green Bay and played the NFC Championship. The Rams might not even be in the Super Bowl if that doesn't happen. I mean, the Bucks are a Cooper Kupp catch away from going into overtime, winning a coin flip, touchdown Tom Brady, going to the NFC Championship. So you could flip that any way you want with any team in the league. At the end of the day, your team just has to get it done.
It's what actually happened versus what could have happened.
At the end of the day, your team has to get it done.
There's no time machine.
Right.
That we know of.
Lawrence always says one play doesn't decide a football game.
Doesn't.
So, which I never agreed with, but
it doesn't.
If it comes down to one play, you probably didn't deserve to win the game. Is where I look at it. That's how I put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did everything you could do to win that game.
Right. I will say that if we don't have Tyler Higbee for this game, which is not looking likely, it's a huge loss for us. You see
Uzama, he threw his knee brace off.
Yeah, I see Uzama looks like he's about to play.
Yeah. He said, "What biggest game of my life?" I'm the same way. Broken knee.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's like I said, it's a hot take. Pull the QB comment up, Lawrence. Can't see it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I said it's a hot take, but you know, the best quarterback in the league is gone. Like Tom Brady's retired right now.
It's for the taking. That's what you're saying.
I'm just throwing this out here. Did we forget about the kid with the funny looking hair that plays in Kansas City who has like us?
Like,
that's all I'm saying.
100%. Now I said going into the next season. Going into the season, Matthew Stafford would be the best quarterback if they win the Super Bowl. Into the season,
and that's your hot take. So I understand, but I would still say that it's still Mahomes because
I mean,
it is still yet to start a playoff game, not in his own.
Now, granted, I'm not saying after week 3 that Mahomes doesn't go off for 7 touchdowns a game and like, well, Matthew Stafford did win the Super Bowl, but here's Patrick Mahomes. So, you know, I agree with all that. I'm just saying, starting if the Rams win, starting to 2022-2023 NFL season, you can't really deny the fact that Matthew Stafford going into that year would be the best quarterback in the league that year. I mean, granted, he did have, 17 interceptions, but he threw 45 touchdowns. He threw for damn near 5,000 yards. He had the best QBR in the league. He had the best fourth quarter stats in the league. The numbers are all there. If he gets that hardware.
Listen, my thing is with Matthew Stafford is I feel like we was robbed. We saw his greatness, but we really didn't see how great he was because he trapped himself. Like, could you imagine if he fucking left?
People say he trapped himself, but one, this wasn't a thing for players to leave and stuff like that. Two, people were not giving out contracts. So, like, realistically, prior to like 2 years ago, what quarterback left?
None besides Brady. None.
Like, so, no, but Brady never left. He left 2 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. Besides Brady,
I'm just saying that this is a crazy what if.
But it's the thing is too, where you also have to look at it because teams are always they have their quarterback. Like, for example, if Stafford would have left at any point in his career, where was he going? A contender wasn't paying you because they already had a quarterback. Like, he wasn't leaving to go to Green Bay. They had Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't leaving to go to Atlanta. They had Matt Ryan. He wasn't leaving to go to New Orleans. They had Drew Brees. He wasn't leaving to go to St. Louis because they stunk then, and they drafted Sam Bradford.
The highest. This is for the postseason.
Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford. Sorry. But Matt Stafford had the highest QBR in the fourth quarter.
Oh, you said fourth. Okay.
Yeah.
So
like, I get, Stafford, he could have left, but where was he going realistically? It's not like there were openings. Contenders.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, where was he gonna go? I mean, if my home is Detroit,
you still had Tom in the league, Drew. Everybody was still there. True.
If he leaves, okay, I'm gonna go play for the Jets. They stink too. I'll play for the Dolphins. They stink too. Like, it's the same thing. It's a different city. At least I know.
Let's not act like uprooting our whole family is not a chore. I mean, he's got 4 kids. You know, his wife had brain tumors, brain surgeries, and everything right in Detroit. So I mean, they did all that stuff in Detroit. He loved Detroit. It's his family, all that stuff. So I see why he didn't leave. I think it's on the ownership, it's on the GMs, and it's on the team for not surrounding him with players. Defensive players, offensive players.
Just Calvin, just Megatron's not going to cut it.
I mean, but it's not even. I mean, it's not even that. Like, sure, he had some offensive players, right? But he never had a top 15 rushing game. He never had a top 20 defense.
Yeah, he had Javid Best.
Top 15. They haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher until like what? This year, the year before. Like, it's been years since they ever had a 1,000-yard rusher.
Would you say Swift is their best running back since Barry?
Since LeGarrette Blount.
LeGarrette Blount.
No, no, he really might be the best, like you said. Since
he's the best running back they had since Barry Sanders.
Yeah, and Blount
since 2000.
Before it might have been Reggie Bush when I brought him in. Like that's how bad the.
Well, let's not act like LeGarrette Blount wasn't a beast. All right.
Yeah, but
was he good? Wait, was he good there?
He wasn't like great for them. No,
yeah, so
he wasn't memorable. No.
Swift is gonna go down as one of those guys for Detroit.
Did LeGarrette Blount punch somebody in the face in the NCAA or in the NFL?
NCAA.
Okay.
Boise State. He punched
Boise State.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
He was a beast too.
He was a beast. I mean, he's got 3 rings. He's got 3 rings. He's got 2 with Philly and 2 with New England and 1 with Philly, I think, right?
Yep.
Crazy.
Bling,
yeah, man.
bling.
I'm nervous as fuck for the game. Granted, right? Like, I'm nervous. Sure, it's the Rams, man. Like, Matt Stafford's gonna keep the game close. That's the other thing. Is like, we don't blow teams out, and if we do, they come back.
I don't know, man. I got the Rams, but I just think the Bengals they got an opportunity to do something special.
Yeah, I mean, so do the Rams, though. The Rams have an opportunity to do something special, also. You know what I mean?
Both sides,
right, because the narrative around Matt Stafford is the same narrative that's been around the Bengals organization. So, like, yes, while the Rams might not have had this stigma around them, Stafford has lived with the stigma his whole career. Can't win nothing, empty stats, yada yada yada. And the Bengals have always been the last.
All right, man. Have a good night, man.
Like, so,
or it's a late afternoon for you. I think I don't know.
3 hours.
Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. Like, I was listening to Colin Cowherd this week. Like, he said something that, like, when I sat down and thought about it, is like crazy true. Like, coming into the season, on paper, the Bengals were the 4th best team in their division.
Literally.
And they're playing for the Super Bowl this week.
And then going into the playoffs, they had the worst I think they had the worst roster in the playoffs. Maybe better than the Raiders.
Yeah, I'd probably take them over the Raiders.
Yeah. Maybe better than the Raiders.
But they here, man.
Yeah.
It's who can get on the run. Who can get on a run in the playoffs.
And that's what scares you, though, just a little bit about the team, is just because they're so young, they don't understand that they weren't supposed to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, and I've heard it all week. Joe Burrow's confidence is going to will this team to a victory. Well, I'll tell you what.
You gotta listen. You gotta love it. You gotta respect it, man.
There's no hate at all towards this team, man.
Right.
Listen, if the Bengals win, they deserve it because the Rams choke. If the Bengals win, your boy. I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here.
The NBA crew.
I can't wait for Wednesday, regardless of what happens. I can't wait.
I won't be here on Wednesday if they win.
Oh, just send us a video.
If the Rams win, yeah, I'm going.
You going to the parade?
Yeah, if the Rams win, I'm going to LA for the parade.
All right.
So I won't be here. I'll tune in from LA. Maybe
go live from the parade.
At 6:30.
It'll be 6:30.
No, 5:30.
I won't be. I won't be in bed.
Depending how the rest of this week goes, might have enough money for those tickets, Neil.
Who would? Oh.
Yeah, that's
you said the name. You said the name.
Parlay Phil. He said
the kid hits 2 bets and he thinks he owns Vegas.
He was 3 days in a row.
3 days in a row.
He's been bugging.
The kid hits 3 bets. He thinks he owns it.
All right, man. We about to get back to these bets. I know I can see Kenny over here keep peeking at the TV, looking at his phone.
Neil's already monitoring one right there.
Ohio State blew and Houston blew. Both my college basketball tickets are gone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
So
but
I gotta focus on NBA.
Any last words, man, before Super Bowl Sunday?
Let's go.
We're gonna be at the Lacey household, you know.
I won't be there, but
Phil, you need to fund the food, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
You guys take checks? You guys take?
I take everything, bro. So don't
Venmo, Cash App, Zelle,
personal
Apple
chat.
Pay.
Listen. Don't hit my
take Bitcoin. Can I pay you guys
Sunday night. Nobody hit my line,
bro. We're all gonna be in person. We're not gonna be in the chat.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anybody that's watching this video, past, present, future. Nobody hit my fucking line Sunday night. If I want to be talked to, I'll talk to you first. Don't hit me.
We pulling it to the crib, Lawrence.
Don't hit me. I don't care if the Rams drop 50. Don't hit my fucking line.
Hey, listen, we're gonna see.
Hey, look, we had a supportive person for Neil, just in case. You know, Showbo's saying the Rams are gonna win, so you got support in the chat, Neil.
I think they're gonna win. I think I feel like there's a lot on their shoulders right now. I feel like they gotta do
gamblers,
it. They gotta
Russell
do
Westbrook
it.
is out tonight, apparently.
Oh my!
You just void the tickets. I think you get your money back.
Oh, he's getting traded.
Yeah,
wait, for what?
What they don't like
why?
about it, though, it changes their odds on how much they're
Yeah, I had that motherfucker on the wish ticket. It was plus 800, triple double.
Or
I don't know. I just Dylan just texted us that Russ is out tonight.
Damn, but yeah, man. Like, appreciate everybody.
Also,
what happened?
Breaking news for all the haters out there. Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, he would love to have Calvin Ridley back next season. So everybody's saying the Falcons are actively shopping Calvin Ridley. There you go. They are not. People might be calling, but we are not shopping Calvin Ridley.
I didn't know he was playing football next year.
Well, that's the thing. There's no guarantees. People have made this
more than an athlete.
They've made this own narrative in their head
Hey,
that because he didn't play this year, that means the Falcons are shopping him.
Lawrence,
What's up, man?
DeJounte Murray needed 16.5 for our ticket. He got 16.
Yes. Stuff.
Everything else hit.
Everything else hit.
Magic.
Oh.
I put 50 on that shit too.
Wait, hold on. Let me check Derek White. Yeah, Derek White had 17.
Yeah, so Murray killed my ticket.
Sports betting, everybody.
Bro. And now the crazy thing is I was going to bump it down to 15.5 too. But it is what it is. That's how it goes. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. It's going to be a quick one. Make sure you guys go and watch the Super Bowl. Oh, you didn't go yet? You gotta get. Come on, man.
Oh, we don't care about what he's got to say.
Let's go. What you got? What's your last words, man?
In life, you gotta learn to do yourself and block out the haters, aka Neil. No matter what he says, I'm still gonna be here every week. I'm still gonna do what he gotta do in life. So do what you gotta do. Block out the haters. That's all I gotta say.
So,
you better keep wearing them shades.
All right. Man, like I said, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Shout out to
Rams.
Shout out to Showboat. Shout out Heating Up Sports. Otto was in the chat. Who else was here? Brandon.
That looks familiar. Who got you that?
Some pussy.
Austin. And Zay, man, we appreciate y'all. IBTE Sports Podcast is up out of here.
Rampions!
Y'all have a good night.